Hey, hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to the new subscribers. Thanks so much for tuning in and being part of this awesome community here. Well, I'm going to have some prayers out soon for you guys. It is Sunday today. You're probably going to be listening to this on a different day, on a replay, but I will have those prayers out soon. However, today I thought I'd start a two-part series on narcissistic demonic judicial abuse. Yes, judicial abuse. That's their abuse that's ongoing in the court system. Now, if you are trying to leave a highly abusive person in a toxic, narcissistic, malignant narcissistic relationship, and I'm talking about the ones high on the spectrum, the ones who play games, are manipulative, they practice coercive control, they're harassing, insulting, toxic, they have caused you great losses, your self-esteem's going down, your health is deteriorating. If they're deceptive, they've told lies, they've been unfaithful, whatever you're dealing with, every situation is different. And your decision is between you and the Lord. I'm not here to make a decision for you. I'm here just to prepare you, if you've made that decision or you're thinking about that decision, what to be prepared for in a court of law. Now, every state is different, guys, in the United States anyway. Every state is different with their laws in family court. Family court is not fun. It is highly depressing. And dealing with attorneys is something else. They're very expensive. Legal fees are financially crippling to a lot of you. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. It's an enormous cost to try to extricate yourself from one of these narcissistic abusers in a court of law. Now, you may have gone to your narcissist and said, let's not use attorneys, let's try to deal with this amicably, but you know what's going to come of that. Have you ever been able to resolve anything with your severe malignant narcissist? No. So chances are they're not going to agree to a resolution. If they have, that is a miracle. Because narcissists, as you know, they don't resolve anything. They always have to be right, and they're highly vindictive. They will get severe narcissistic injury if they are abandoned or left. And God forbid if there's children involved, if they are given visitation time that they don't agree with, boy, you will have a huge battle in court with these types because they can't stand to be controlled themselves. As you know, they can't stand to have any consequences for their actions. Now, unfortunately, narcissistic abuse is not seen as a crime in America at all. I know in some countries, coercive control might be used in court, but I believe in a lot of courts in the United States, it really has not been acknowledged as a form of severe abuse or a crime, which is a shame because these severe malignant narcissists are allowed to commit judicial abuse to the target over and over again. They abuse the court system to no end. And those of you who have gone through this, put it in the comments below if this has been your experience, because I'm not here to scare anybody. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. These are just facts that I have witnessed and I have heard of, and I know are complete facts that have happened in the court system. Now, you probably know that a lot of courts require mediation before any court case to see if an amicable agreement can be made between two parties without, burdening the court system, taking up court time and costing thousands in legal fees. It's the smart thing to do, right? Well, so many times these narcissists walk into mediation and you can't deal with them. They really feel they are right. If it's a male narcissist and he works full time and the mother is a good mother, the male narcissist will demand full custody and he will object to anything else. If the mediator says, well, your spouse here is a good mother, she doesn't do drugs, she's never had any psychological issues, the child's getting A's in school, she's doing a good job, there really isn't any basis to deny her custody and for you to have full custody. The judge isn't going to do that. Well, the narcissist doesn't listen to that advice. The narcissist will get up and fume and say, I will allow her every other weekend, and that's how it's going to be, and will arrogantly walk out of the mediation. That has happened many times to targets where they couldn't believe what they were witnessing, that this person actually would feel that they would get full custody and they can make the decision in court. They really feel that they're going to get their way, and they're like this with many things. You know that. It's their way or the highway with these types. Now, this is what gets the ball rolling. Now, many of you may have a complete justifiable reason for fighting for sole custody. I'm not here to judge that. Only you know your situation and the level of abuse or who was affected by the abuse. But I'm just saying that even when a reasonable outcome is presented, these severe malignant narcissists will be vindictive and cause a lot of acrimony between the two parties and drama, and will set out to punish the target in every way possible. And the way they know to do that is by keeping the target financially crippled, by filing frivolous motions as often as they can, which in many cases is every 6 months they're allowed to file in certain states. I don't know about the other ones. And imagine every 6 months having to pay a $2,500 retainer or a $5,000 retainer. What could you possibly save? It jacks up the target's credit cards. It keeps him in financial debt. And that's exactly what the narcissist wants to do. What better way to get even? They will gaslight the target in court and, put words in their mouth or say things never happened. You know that. They will deny any accusations, and they're also known to perjure themselves severely in court papers. They will say a lot of things that are just easily proven in a court of law as lies. However, they're not sanctioned by the court unless you cough up the money, or unless the target coughs up more money to go back into court to battle this person. Many times they don't learn their lesson, and they feel it's completely acceptable to write pathological lies in court papers and to slime campaign the target in every way possible. And it's also a way for them to see the target in court. Imagine if the target has gone no contact. Well, it's a way for the narcissist to see the target occasionally, right? They can see them in court. That's their contact if you've gone no contact. So it's very sick to keep filing these motions. Most times, if it's a very sharp judge, they see through this. They see that one person is filing all these motions and the other one is exhausted and trying to do the right thing and just simply responding, being drained of their finances. However, this is not a crime. If somebody was extorting money from another person on a constant basis every 6 months without basis, that would be seen as extortion, no? But in this case, there's no charge. They're allowed to, in a court of law, file frivolous motions and get away with it. I'm sure a lot of your thinking has been impaired and your stress level is elevated. You're overwhelmed with a responsibility at this point. And so people can say, well, just represent yourself. But it's easily, it's more easily said than done, correct? But if you can set aside the time to try to do this, many times you'd be surprised. You can be your own excellent attorney if money is a factor. And, sometimes that's the best way to go, because usually, they want to be fair in court. They see it as a dual problem. They see it as a couple who can't get along, when actually it is a narcissist, malignant narcissist, a narcissistic abuser who is tormenting and harassing the other party in a court of law on a regular basis. And it's judicial abuse and it's narcissistic abuse that continues even after you've left. So think about this. if you are contemplating going, this is not to make a decision for you. This is not to tell you to stay in an abusive relationship at all. The Lord does not want anybody to be physically abused or psychologically abused. I'm giving this information to prepare you as best as possible. Now, there'll be a follow-up video on narcissists, malignant narcissists in the court system and judicial abuse. That will be next. However, this video was to just let you know that if you're going through this, you're not alone. So many people are and have gone through this process. And many of you know that the laws have to change, that these types should not be allowed to constantly file frivolous lawsuits against the target. The target's gone through enough abuse from this person. And if you see a pattern of somebody being dragged into court over and over again, and they just can't get the money or the energy or the time or the will to, fight back, many times that's why they're dragged into court over and over again. They're just so worn out by the narcissist that they don't have the strength. They're handling so much. And as you know, with any type of trauma, they're suffering from PTSD. They're probably, their focus isn't the same. Their ability to concentrate isn't the same. Their energy's down. And if you see somebody who's always responding in court, just know that chances are, many times, that person is not the culprit. They're not the perpetrator. Many times they've done nothing wrong. They are the target of narcissistic abuse. And unfortunately, the court system allows this. And the laws have to change. They have to see narcissistic abuse and coercive control, these manipulations of these types, their repetitive abuse. As you know, the narcissist is a creature of routine. They should be held accountable for this type of abuse, this type of financial crippling of the target, this type of abuse that wears the target out after the fact while they're trying to heal. So if you agree with me, put in the comments below. And as I said, if you have experienced this and know what I'm talking about, please let others know in the comments. It's good for them to know that they're not alone, and there's hope that you can be victorious in this process if you are given the knowledge and you know what could possibly happen, and you can be prepared and educated on those things to come out victorious. And as I said, the Lord sees all, and He knows what you've gone through, and He knows the truth. So the Lord knows the truth, and He will act accordingly, and ask for His strength and guidance if you are dealing with this process, or you're thinking about trying to be free of the narcissist and heal. Ask the Lord's counsel. Really ask the Holy Spirit's strength and help, and the Lord will provide for you in ways you can't imagine. The Lord will give you peace in this situation, and the Lord will give you the strength to handle anything that comes your way from the narcissist. So I hope this was helpful, everybody, and stay tuned for the second part of this about severe malignant narcissists in the court system and narcissistic judicial abuse. I'm going to go over different games that they play and manipulations that they've been known to try in the court system, so you can be prepared and you can spot the signs and know what's happening and take the precautions to come out victorious. So God bless everybody. And again, please like, share, and subscribe. It helps the channel to grow and also gets the information to people that may need this now. So really appreciate each and every one of you. And please follow on Facebook and Rumble on Rumble. And now Angel Haven Ministry is on Twitter. I am not a techie or social media person, so hopefully you can appreciate that. It does take me probably a lot longer to do things than a millennial. But hey, I'm trying. The Lord never gives us assignments that we aren't capable to carry out. So I appreciate all of your support and help. And if anybody would like one-on-one Christian guidance for your particular situation, it's only by donation, guys. I don't charge for that. It's basically a gift with your donation. So if you're interested in that, please contact me at Angel Haven Ministry, and I will email you information on how to do that. So God bless everybody, and take care. I keep you all in prayer. If you have prayer needs, please put them in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. God bless.